Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you Thursday, May 9th at 10:15 a.m. Central, 11:15 a.m. Eastern, and we have severe weather across East Alabama and West Georgia. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning. This severe thunderstorm warning is for Heard County in west central Georgia. It is for southeastern Cleburne County in East Alabama, Randolph County in East Alabama, and Clay County in East Alabama. This is for a line of thunderstorms, that is stretching from about Carrollton down to Roopville, back over toward Newell, Wedowee, Malone, and then across the southeastern corner of Clay County in east central Alabama. So the storm is just now coming into the Wedowee area, and it will shortly be moving into the Roanoke area, also over toward Franklin in Heard County. And then it's going to progress on to the east and southeast. So you folks down in Tallapoosa and Chambers and even Heard County need to be on the lookout for the possibility of going under a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, the Weather Service is talking about some pretty significant winds with this storm right there around Wedowee, from Newell down to around Wedowee. We could be looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds. And some hail is also possible with this storm, up to 1 inch in diameter. That would be quarter-sized hail. We're seeing a good bit of lightning output, too, from just north of Wedowee all the way back up to around Ranburne as this storm moves off to the east-southeast this morning. We'll zoom out, kind of give you the big picture. We have a tremendous number of showers and thunderstorms out there. We also have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings just south and southeast of Lynette and Valley in the state of Georgia. And then we have a special weather statement just issued down there in central and southern Tallapoosa County. So that's kind of where we stand right now. We do not have any tornado warnings. These are severe thunderstorm warnings, but understand, folks, these storms are serious this morning, and they could be putting down 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds, which can do a tremendous amount of damage. Of course, those of you who know me know that I'm an emergency manager up in White County, Georgia, up in the northeast Georgia mountains, and we've been working since midnight last night dealing with these type damage that was caused by these type of winds. We have had numerous trees all across the county. We've had roads closed. We've even had structure damage over on the eastern side of our county up here from a thunderstorm, just exactly like this storm coming through Randolph County right now. So you have to take these thunderstorms serious. A thunderstorm warning should be taken very serious. And quite honestly, if you want to take the least course of regret, you treat a severe thunderstorm warning just as though it is a tornado warning, especially if you live in a mobile home or in a subpar structure. You're going to want to take cover during those warnings. So there we go. I've been going since 5 o'clock yesterday morning, not this morning, but yesterday morning. So my boss finally sent me home after about 32 hours of out there working stuff. So I just got back into the studio, and we're going to ride this together until we get at least this line of storms out of East Alabama and on into Georgia. So we'll be here with you for a few minutes anyway. So let me go back over here to the chat room. No power in Lineville. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate that report. Let's see if we've got anything else there. Power north of Wedowee. Power outages on County Road 26. That's in Randolph County. Power out in Woodland on 112. Thank you, Lisa. Power is out in Wedowee. Report of high winds in the Swag area. Power out on College Street in Roanoke. Thank you, Brenda. Things should be improving in Heflin. If you're up there in Heflin, and soon, I'm talking about in the next 5 to 10 minutes, things will start improving in Ranburne also. They're not good right this moment. But this line's sagging to the east-southeast fairly rapidly, about 35 miles per hour. So things will improve in Ranburne. Should be already improving in the Heflin area. Anniston, Oxford, you're in good shape. As soon as this line moves through, we really don't have anything else to be concerned about at the moment. Now, we've got some redevelopment back up around Gadsden and Aniana. Back toward Birmingham, but that stuff not showing signs of being severe at the moment. And then when I zoom all the way out, we'll have to switch back to the composite. That may take a second to load, but I wanted to see if we have anything else downstream. And I believe at the moment we do not, as we take a look at the entire southeastern United States. But we could see redevelopment later on this evening into Friday morning. So what we're dealing with right now may not be the end of it. We may have yet another round of this stuff to go as we get into your Thursday night, Friday morning time frame. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. I don't. The risk of tornadoes not especially high, but it's not zero. So you know, anytime there's a risk at all, you got to consider that to be a significant risk. I mean, because it only takes one to be a problem. So I kind of stay away from the low tornado risk. If there's any tornado risk at all, it's a risk. You know, there really shouldn't be a low risk scale there, and there may not be a widespread risk. I think that's a better way to look at that, because a tornado is going to cause tremendous damage, whether there's a high risk or a low risk, and all it takes is one in your front yard and you got a problem. So, I try to stay away from that low risk tornado thing. Power in and out over in Wadley. Power pole broken in the Swag community. Sunny in Pennon at the moment. That's interesting. We look down here at Pennon, and absolutely there's no cloud. I mean, well, there's no storms there yet. So this is one of those days, folks. Sunshine is not a good thing. You don't want sunshine today. You want it to be overcast, cloudy, and rainy. Peaceful in Wadley for now. Well, that's about to change, Wadley. I mean, like literally in the next 2 to 3 minutes. You've got the leading edge of that line of thunderstorms right there on 77 out there at Southern Union, moving to the east-southeast. So that's about to move right into the Wadley area. I want to look at the, let me zoom back out, velocity for just a moment. Yeah, I'm picking up some 25-mile-per-hour wind gust. Maybe some 30s right there along the Alabama-Georgia state line up there around Springfield. I'm not seeing a tremendous wind gust front headed into the Wadley area right now. So maybe the winds are in the process of dying down a little bit with this storm system. Certainly hope so. Now we have special weather statements in effect for Chambers County and for pretty much all of Tallapoosa, with the exception of the extreme southern sections of Tallapoosa. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for southern Carroll and for Heard. For central and southern Randolph, northern Randolph, north of Wedowee, has been released from the severe thunderstorm warning. And then just a small sliver of southern Clay continues under the warning. Ashland, you have been released from that severe thunderstorm warning. Wedowee, you're on the back edge of it. Roanoke, you're right in the bullseye. This thing's coming right at you. In Wadley, it's moving into your area as well. And then over in Heard County, Franklin, the storm's about to move in there. It's moving in Central Hatchie now. Roopville, you're dealing with it at the moment. Bucktown, you got it going on. And so that's the way this is looking at the moment. And again, a special weather statement for Chambers and pretty much all of Tallapoosa. And then a severe thunderstorm warning continues for Harris County. The questions are, how are different locations looking for the rest of the day? We have a few more isolated showers back to the west and north that will have to rotate through East Alabama. Then I think we're good. Probably 10:27 Central. Probably by noon we're good across East Alabama and West Georgia. Then our attention is going to turn back to the west to see if we get any redevelopment this evening into early tomorrow morning. So, this round may be in the process of winding down, but we could have another round tonight into Friday morning. So we're going to have to kind of see how that plays out. All right, so the tornado watch has been canceled now for Calhoun and Cleburne. That's good news. Calhoun and Cleburne, you have been removed from the tornado watch that was to go out to 4 p.m. this afternoon. And for all practical purposes, as soon as this line passes your community, your severe risk will have ended for now. Places like Delta, up there in extreme northern Randolph County, really from Wedowee north in Randolph County, your severe threat has pretty much come to an end. It continues on a line from about Springfield down to Wedowee, down to the Almond-Malone area, and back over toward Millerville and Sylacauga South is where the severe threat continues. Chambers is under a special weather statement, and that's going to be, let me look at the verbiage on that one. Strong thunderstorms will impact northern Tallapoosa and Chambers counties through 11:15 a.m. At 10:19 a.m., Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from near Wedowee to Sparkling Springs to near Goodwater. Movement is to the southeast at 40 miles per hour. Hazards with this wind gusto around 50 miles per hour. All right, so I wanted to make sure that's what they were issuing the special weather statements for, not this stuff near Alex City. So they are issuing for that line of storms moving through Randolph and Clay that's moving off to the southeast. That's what the special weather statement is for. So here's the good news. They're not issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for you, Chambers, or for Tallapoosa. So that's a sign that this line of storms maybe not as strong as it was, let's say, when it moved into Clay and Randolph about 30 minutes ago. That's a good sign. Hey, Gulf Shores. No power in Woodland. Let me put this in motion so you can kind of get a general idea of how this is oriented this morning and in the direction it's moving in. The entire system as a whole is moving east, and some of these individual cells are trying to move off to the southeast. And we are really having data issues here. I apologize for that. We'll see if we can get this straightened out. Looks like we lost the NextRad Pro. So let's go back over to the composite. There we go. And that didn't last but just a second. That's back. So we're picking up a little low-level shear here in Randolph County, right there on the east side of Randolph, up Highway 87. So we could have some enhanced wind over on that side of the county. Right there where you see that area of red. And I'm going to draw that for you. Right in this area, up County Road 87, Omaha, Springfield, right there on the eastern side of Randolph County, we are getting some indications of low-level shear there, so you could have some pretty significant wind as this thing gets ready to push on into Heard County, Georgia. So about 10 more minutes on this warning for Randolph County. And I got to tell you, the part of this storm down in southern Clay looks like it has really calmed down significantly. Let me see if I can get NextRad back online with us. There we go. So Roanoke, this is about to move in. It is already past Roxton, and it's out there on Highway 22 West, coming out 22, and about to move into the Roanoke area. But I'll tell you that the heaviest, and now it doesn't even look as significant as it did on the last volume scan, the heaviest wind appears to be Potash, up 87, up in the Big Spring area, about to cross into Heard County. You folks in Franklin, heads up. I mean, we were showing some pretty significant wind there for about 1 or 2 volume scans. So it may still be pretty gusty when it gets into Heard County. I mean, we're going to be gusty, and it looks ominous, and it just Tremendous amount of rain all across central and southern Randolph County, but I don't see the wind that I saw just a few moments ago up there northeast of Potash. Zoom back out so you can kind of see the entire area. Still raining very heavy across central and southern Clay. Still lots of thunder and lightning out there. And heavy rain now from Kellyton back over toward Alexander City and down to Dadeville. And a special weather statement for northern and central Tallapoosa and just about all of Chambers for this stuff coming out of Clay and Randolph that'll be moving in just the next few minutes or so. Got a report of some of the worst wind I have ever seen up at Lakeside when this line came through there about 10 to 15 minutes ago. .431 Lakeside is without power. Amber had a question, is that purple rotation? That is a vortex signature. That's the computer's interpretation of what it thinks is going on inside of this storm. That's not always true. It'll show you those signatures, but there are several other parameters you have to look at before you make a decision to say that you have any type of tornadic activity taking place. In this particular case, it's not showing any mesocycles. It is showing low-level shear, which just basically means you've got some strong wind in pockets. And see there in that last volume scan, it's gone. So that's what that means. Raining hard in Bowden. We'll take you down to street level in Randolph, and you can see that this storm is moving into the city of Roanoke as we speak. Power's out in Big Springs. No power at Southern Union. It is dark in Glen. Strong wind gust now in Rock Mills. Wind and rain has picked up in Roanoke. And things are improving up in Woodland. And that's good ground truth information. That goes hand in hand with what we're looking at here as well. All right, we've got a new special weather statement coming. This is going to be a special weather statement for central Talladega and southwestern Clay through 11:30 a.m. And that's going to be for this storm near Sylacauga. So right here around Sylacauga, you'll see that heavy cell sitting right there on the Clay, Talladega County line. The Weather Service issuing a special weather statement for this particular area. No power, strong winds, and rocks staying. Well, thank you, Jessica. That's a big part of what we do. We try to give you the information, and as long as you know what's going on and you know where it's at, then you can protect yourself. That's 90% of staying safe during severe weather outbreaks. All right, so the Weather Service is telling us that Heard County, southern Carroll, and western Coweta will be allowed to expire here very soon. So that's an indication that this line of storms is in a weakening phase. If my good buddy Dave Nadler at the National Weather Service in Atlanta sends out information to the media and says we're just going to let this warning expire instead of extending it further downrange, then that tells me this storm is in the process of weakening some. So that's good news. Power just went out on County Road 16 between Rock Mills and 87. Yeah, be patient and be kind to your mail carriers. It used to be that they delivered the mail in rain, sleet, snow, and that other stuff, and they still do. So they have to put up with all this nastiness out there. So be patient. They'll get to you. What about LaGrange? Well, what about it, LaGrange? You got that line of storms coming out of Randolph that will move through Troup County in the next 30 minutes or so. Right now, you are not under any type of warning. So at the moment, you don't have anything to be concerned about. It looks like that stuff north of you may be dying down just a little bit. Not to say it can't ramp back up. It certainly could, but at the moment, you look okay. I'll turn the tornado watch box on so we can kind of get a general idea of where the tornado watch continues. And it's basically Talladega, Clay, Randolph, over into Carroll, and then down into Troup, Harris, Chambers, Tallapoosa, Coosa, and Lee County continues under that tornado watch. But I can tell you, as soon as we get this stuff out of Talladega, Clay, and Randolph, you guys are going to be the next counties that are going to be released from the tornado watch. That'll happen in the next 30 minutes to an hour. You're certainly not going to stay in the watch all the way to the 4 o'clock expiration time. All right, looks like we've lost that level 2 radar. Let's see if we can get 3 to populate for us. Looks like the storm was its strongest up there around Foster's Crossroads in Randolph County when it came in 30 minutes or so ago. And I believe okay, we're going to you're going to lose the radar here for just a second. We're going to reload this because I don't believe we're getting updates. Okay, so we have lost these severe thunderstorm warnings. So my assessment and what I felt like the Weather Service was telling us is confirmed. This line of storms, though it's still strong, it is not severe. So Randolph County, you are no longer under a severe thunderstorm warning. Clay County, you've been removed from the severe thunderstorm warning. We do continue a special weather statement for that portion of the storm in southwestern Clay between Sylacauga and Ashland. And a special weather statement continues for northern and central and eastern Tallapoosa and all of Chambers for that stuff that's moving away from Alexander City off to the east. Torrential rainfall around Franklin. I'm going to tell you something. Because it happened up here this morning in northeast Georgia. Some of these storms where you see that real dark red, folks, that's rain rates of around 3 inches per hour. I mean, it's just incredible stuff. And we've picked up probably close to 5 inches of rain up here in northeast Georgia since midnight last night. And so when you get one of these heavy rainstorms and you pick up a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain, it's going to cause flash flooding. Because the ground is completely saturated now. So the good news, we have no severe weather warnings in effect now across East Alabama and West Georgia. Looking up here in North Georgia, we've got a big rain mass moving in. That may cause some more flooding problems up here. And but across East Alabama and West Georgia, things are calming down some. I know some of you are probably scratching your head saying, yeah, he's not here. But I can tell you, looking at it from the radar, these storms are now well below severe limits. So what we watch for now? Well, now we're going to see if we can get any redevelopment late tonight into tomorrow morning. And before we wrap this up, let me look at a couple of things here. I just want to see the timing on a second round, if it develops, will be 10 p.m. tonight through 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we're talking about a lull now of 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 hours of where we're probably not going to have much activity. Now, we still got a few more thunder showers to go. The rain is kind of isolated all the way back to Birmingham. It's kind of scattered all the way back to Birmingham. So we're still looking at another good hour, maybe hour and a half of isolated showers, occasional heavy rain, maybe some thunder and lightning from time to time. But the severe threat appears to be subsiding for now across East Alabama and West Georgia. Our next threat window of opportunity opens at about 10 p.m. this evening and goes through 5 a.m. Friday morning. Now, across central Alabama, we are talking about a slight risk category. Let me go to the graphics. Don't pay attention to that one. That one is outdated. All right, that's the one I'm looking for. That's going to be our next possible round of severe weather. For East Alabama and West Georgia. There we go. Wait a minute. I look like I'm down on the floor, don't I? We can fix that right quick. Hey, we just, look, this is live stuff. Things happen. There we go. There we go. All right, so this is the graphic that will be applicable to what may happen tonight. We're not positive this is going to happen. I think it's going to depend on whether we get any sunshine after this line of storms completely moves out of East Alabama and into West Georgia. I'm thinking if we start to see the sun peak out around 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon and we heat up until the sun goes down and we get humid and muggy again like we did yesterday, then we may have to go through this again tonight after about 10 p.m., and it may continue all the way through early tomorrow morning for East Alabama and West Georgia. So that's what we got to look for. That's what we got to watch out for. And you see the risk there. East Alabama, West Georgia, for the most part, will be under a slight risk. That's a 2 out of 5. And then from, we'll say, the Coosa County, Elmore County line, Alexander City over to about Camp Hill and down to about Oak Bowery, and then on over into Troup County south, we may be looking at an enhanced risk of severe weather if we have redevelopment this evening and into tomorrow morning. We're going to watch this real close. We'll be back. We'll update you as soon as we get a little better idea of whether this is actually going to happen or not. We will come back and we will continue to update you on this weather situation. Let me go back to the radar one final time and give you the latest situation here. So we have lost all of our severe weather warnings. The tornado watch is still officially out, but I can tell you that Randolph and Clay and Talladega are going to be released from that watch here any moment. And we'll post that on Facebook as soon as that happens. I'm just looking to make sure they have not sent that out. I don't see it just yet, but that'll happen at any moment. We do have a special weather statement there for primarily southwestern Clay, and a special weather statement for central and northeastern Tallapoosa County. I mean, it's coming down pretty good in Alexander City now, but it's below severe limits. And then for all of Chambers County. You still got very heavy rainfall over in Hurd, back into northern Troup County, over into Coweta, and down into Meriwether. We've still got some heavy rain taking place there as well. But we've lost all of our severe thunderstorm warnings, so we're going to cut this thing off now, and we'll come back if something were to change, and we'll certainly be with you tonight if conditions warrant, and if we need to be here to cover more severe weather across East Alabama and West Georgia. Thank you for joining me. I am going to go at least get in my easy chair and listen to this rain hit this tin roof for a cool minute and try to get a moment of sleep. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Wait a minute, here's a question. I think Troop will continue to be under the tornado watch probably for another hour, maybe. So it's 12. It's coming up on 12 o'clock noon on the eastern side. I think by 1 o'clock you're out of the tornado watch. Bye, y'all. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll see you later on this evening if we need to be here. If not, I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning here on Dr. Don's Weather.